Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Path of Exile. My name is Wilfred and guess what? I'm level 70. Well, I know a lot of you are expert in the game and probably 70 is not a big deal. But to me it is a big deal because I'm very new to this game. Last league I done until like 66. And this time round I beat my last record, which is what I always would like to do. Just getting better and better after league. And today, let me show you my hideout. I'm very proud of it. Throughout the league, I've been accumulating a lot of favor with my hideout master, and I would like to decorate it as well and show you my decoration. Now this is one of the large hideouts, so it has 3 areas right now. So this is what this video is about, and also there has been a lot of discussion on the Path of Exile versus Marvel heroes and stuff like that. So I'd like to just share with you my build here, what kind of gameplay I have, because a lot of time when you watch those very top tier kind of YouTuber, you probably see just one power spam and everything die and stuff like that. But for some of us who are still working our way through, it's actually rather fun. There's a lot of things to think about, a lot of power to play about as well. So I'd like to show you how. But in any case, so this is my hideout. This is where main area is, or my master is here, except of course the master that is Master of Death, which is the hideout is about. If you see one of this area is very dark, like I don't want to build a hideout here, it's not really nice and so on, which I understand. At first I was a little bit hesitating, like this is not really nice. So that after that I actually went through the decoration. I say, see what I can do with the hideout, and lo and behold, okay, so this is my hideout. When you come in, there's a little bit of like fire and torch and stuff like that. If you come to this side, you'll see some kind of like more torch, a tree here, a bit of like there's a statue here of the dead. It's rather it fit the theme rather nice as well. On this side, there's some skull here as well. You see all this skull, pretty nice. There's some over here as well. A little bit of tree, a little bit of torch, and guess what? My Katarina, Master of Death, is right here with some more torch. A little bit of oops. The outer is here as well, and on the other side, as you can see, it's not the end yet. I mean, the whole area is being lit up quite nicely with the torch and so on. So as I'm pondering what to do in Path of Exile, I'll come here and kind of reflect upon why did I get defeated again, kind of thing. No, just kidding. I'm going to play a little bit of Path of Exile as well because this is something that I would like to at least show you guys what this game is about. And if you hear some kind of noise, whatnot, because my wife is cooking right now in the kitchen, so my apologies in advance. Now, I would like to just share with you what how I sort of like build my Scion, which of course now become Ascendant. And in Path of Exile, yes, it's true. You focus on one or few power that you have, but you have to build around it, make sure that your power does what it's supposed to be in different kind of scenarios. So the main spend that I have is the Essence Strain. Now how it works is that it's a damage over time debuff, and it's not really a very good burst kind of like a damage if you rely on this one to just spam this power. I don't think it will work, but in any case it's something like that. It now has like 2 projectiles. I spec it that way. Okay. Another thing that I do is that usually I'll follow up with the contagion first, because anything that is debuffed by contagion will then work with this one. So it's like a skill that is together, but you have to be kind of like awareness as well, because depending on what pocket of mob you have, you like to spread the contagions and aim the bullet of the Essence Strain to the lowest HP so that it will get spread across. Just to introduce this one to a new player, I'm sure a lot of pros are like, what is this guy doing? It's wasting time. So that is one. Another thing is I also like to use a Wither, which is a spell totem. One thing good about this is that it will spread all this like further debuff to the rest of the enemy across. So it works really nicely hand in hand with the contagion as well as the Essence Drain. As far as the golem is concerned, I choose one that gives me the health regen because I'm a very life-based kind of like character here. In fact, guess what? I better put 1 point here. 5% increased life. So this is a 3, by the way, the one that I'm having. So that is the one that you'll see me lay a totem here. But it's not just that, because sometimes you have to think, because some of the mob have a lot of projectile and it could be quite harmful. So it's not bad to actually use it to see this is the Essence Drain, by the way. It's not bad to use it to sort of like hide behind the totem to sort of eat the damage itself, kind of thing. Okay, so that is essence drain. Now, but there are also 2 movement power I use. Why do I use that? As you can see later on, when I pass through mobs, I'll have a 45 kind of signage below me that help me in reduction. So in some other games like Marvel Heroes, when you hit with a melee, you get 8% reduction. What this one does is that if you hit with this particular spell or power, then you get like a reduction. So I've got 2 of them. One is the one that passes through all the mobs. It's a very nice animation in a sense. But another one is I have a charge as well. Just I feel that a charge has more like a distance cover, whatever it is. So I have 2 power there, depending on whether I want to go through the mob or not. Then last but not least, there's actually quite a lot of things going on. Last but not least, I have 2 curves that are being clubbed together onto one of the powers. So I have Enfeeble, which is to help me to curse being a little bit weaker against me, like a weaken in Marvel Heroes. And I've also got something called the vulnerability. So it's a little bit like Marvel Heroes. In Marvel Heroes, you have to use a power, then you apply vulnerability. This one you have to explicitly apply a debuff. But the good news is that I have it together with the something that will actually do it by itself, called Blasphemy Support. That what it does is that as long as it's in my aura, everything is cursed. So it's really nice. In Marvel Heroes' point of view, there are some artifacts that give you weakening as an aura. So that's just one example. So it's very, very a lot of action going on. You may not see it like what I'm doing, but sometimes I do stuff here. Another thing is that the Flasks here, there are 5 of them. Each one of them has its own functionality. So the first one is to heal me. Second one is to heal me and replenish mana. Third one is mana. Fourth one is actually give me a sort of like resistance to elemental if so I wish to. But more importantly, it just give me more damage. I use that for that. And the 5th one is help me run around. So if I'm in deep trouble, I want to move around, so I use the 5th one. And also point to note that the first one is actually help me to So the second one actually helped me to remove any like freeze or chill and stuff like that if I'm like being freeze or frozen or chilled. And the third one is very important, is to help me if there's a bleed against me, I have to use the third one to remove the bleed. Ideally, I should have second one as probably like remove poison, because usually poison and bleed is the one that's rather hard. So a lot of thinking behind, like whichever is being debuffed, you have to do something about it, kind of thing. So, but of course, if you are talking about just like normal mobs like this, you don't need to buff a lot of things here. So yeah, I mean, it's by and large, maybe one button is what you do, but usually I do a little bit more. And also, you notice that there's a bridge around it. Wow, yeah, another kind of thing that's quite good. And I have to keep in mind when do I replenish the mana. And this is a bridge, by the way, so I need to just scout around the area and make sure that I'm fine. And you see all these things that, hang on. Things are moving very fast here. You see all this extra thing is called Fortify. Reduce damage. I think it's reduced by 20% if I'm not wrong, right? So that's one. Just a bit more here just to make sure that I'm fine with the other side. So I go over here, I get a Fortify as well. So it's a lot of like positioning and where if you're near, then you get the curse, 2 curses in. One is the Enfeeble, the other one is vulnerability. So it's always constantly thinking about all these things here. I would like to open the bridge right now, so I'm just going to quickly go back here and open the bridge. The breach. Okay, so they're always very exciting. You don't know what's going to happen. So let's just... So far so good. I'm using some of the Flasks to buff my damage and so on. There's another Splinter. 45. Not really a lot right now here. And get a totem as well, but that's about it. That was the the action of it, I'm quite happy that I don't feel fragile. It does require a little bit of gearing to make sure that you don't feel fragile, because it's no fun if you keep dying. You lose XP. And that's also one of the very exciting thing about this game, is that you always be wondering, like, like when I log in, I really don't know whether a content will defeat me or not, because every time I get defeated, I lose like maybe 20%, 10% or 20% of the XP. And it's a lot, because if you want to progress, then it's not something that you like to kind of like keep dying and stuff like that, right? So that's basically it. I hope you get some idea of how things are. Even though I'm leveling, I'm having a lot of fun right now. Not end game, it's not too fast, but I don't really have anybody to compete except myself. Like any other games I have, I just make sure that I'm doing better than last season or league, and I'm really, really happy if I can achieve that. So basically, that's my purpose. I mean, that's my goal here. You can set your own goal. I try to set something realistic. So in my next league, though, I mean, I would like to explore more on crafting, because I don't think I've done enough crafting for this league, because it's so rich, this game, so much to really think about and so on, and also because I'm new and not really understanding a lot of things. But I'm really blessed with a lot of you who give me guidance, like what to do and so on. So I'm just going to reach over here, and that is really a short kind of video to showcase to you my hideout, as well as showcase to you the Scion that I've built.
Sun, where emperors ruled and died, just like everyone else.
That's the voice over, by the way. Yeah, so this is a town. Ascendancy is here. That is a cosmic trial. I haven't done a single one for Merciless and so on. So yeah, that's all really. So I think the next video I try to push as far as possible. So in the next video, I hope I'll be able to show you a little bit of the boss of the Act 3, the bosses of Act 3, so it's more action for you to see. And I would like to also do a video to ask for some feedback. I'll probably talk a little bit about later, or ask for more guidance on some specific topic. Last but not the least, I would like to do a guide for the new players who may be interested to explore Path of Exile, because you've heard a lot of good thing about it. Want to just get started a little bit, because I feel that it is not really easy as a new player. I've learned a lot from the people around me, and I'd like to share the experience with you. So with that said, I hope I'll see you again very soon. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.